Happy birthday, Malin. I'm going to tell you and Avery a story today. Now, the story is called Daisylocks, and I'm sure that you've heard it before, but it's a great story and it's worth hearing again and again and again. So, in a pretty little cottage deep in the woods lived the three bears: Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear.
I wish someone would come and visit us.
Papa Bear said in his great big voice.
I think the other animals are scared of us.
Mama Bear said in her medium-sized voice.
I'm too small to scare anybody.
Baby Bear said in his tiny little voice. One morning before breakfast, the three bears decided to go for a walk. On the other side of the woods, there lived a little girl named Daisylocks. Who decided to go for a walk too. After walking for a while, Daisylocks came upon the three bears' cottage. Daisylocks knew she shouldn't go in without an invitation, but being a curious girl, she tried the front door anyway.
It's unlocked. I'll be a good neighbor and go inside and make sure nothing is wrong.
She walked into a cozy kitchen and smelled something delicious. There, sitting on the table, were 3 bowls of porridge. A great big bowl, a medium-sized bowl, and a tiny little bowl. Daisylocks helped herself to the porridge in the great big bowl.
Wowza! That's too hot.
Then she tried the porridge in the medium-sized bowl.
Yuck! It's too cold.
And then Daisylocks took a taste from the tiny little bowl. It was just right, and she gobbled it all up. Daisylocks then went into the living room where she found 3 chairs, a great big chair, a medium-sized chair, and a tiny little chair. Daisylocks climbed into the great big chair and frowned. The chair was hard as a rock. She jumped into the medium-sized chair, but it was too soft. The tiny little chair was just right, though. She leaned way back and crash! The chair tripped over and broke into a million pieces.
Oh well, I guess it just wasn't right after all.
Daisylocks decided to see what was in the next room. There she found 3 beds, a great big bed, a medium-sized bed, and a tiny little bed. Daisylocks yawned. She was feeling rather sleepy, so she climbed into the great big bed. But it was too hard. Then Daisylocks tried the medium-sized bed.
Too squishy,
She said. Finally, she went over into the tiny little bed and got in.
Not too hard, not too soft. Yes, this is just right.
And Daisylocks pulled up the covers and fell asleep. Now, she'd only been asleep for a little while when the 3 bears came home, and they noticed her muddy footprints right away.
I wonder who is in our house.
They went into the kitchen.
Someone's been eating my porridge.
Well, someone's been eating my porridge.
Well, someone's been eating my porridge too, and every bit is gone.
Next, the 3 bears went into the living room.
Someone's been sitting in my chair.
Someone's been sitting in my chair too.
Someone's been sitting in my chair, and now it's all broken up.
Then the 3 bears followed the muddy footprints into the bedroom. Papa Bear looked into his bed and growled.
Someone's been sleeping in my bed.
Well, someone's been sleeping in my bed too.
Well, someone's been sleeping in my bed, and there she is.
Just then Daisylocks opened her eyes and saw the 3 bears staring at her. Daisylocks leaped out of the tiny bed. She jumped through the window and ran away from the cottage as fast as her feet would carry her. Meanwhile, the 3 bears got to work cleaning up. Some friends that they'd made on their walk were coming to visit later on. So they were cleaning up the floor and fixing up the chair and making the house ready for him. And Daisylocks, well, she'd decided that she'd never go into anyone's house without being invited again. The end.